Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're tackling a really ancient mystery and looking at it through a lens that might just, well, turn things on their head a bit.
Yeah.
We've got Sumerian myths, ancient art, research, stuff usually just seen as, symbolic, religious.
Right. Symbols and stories.
But our mission for you today is different. We want to unpack it all differently.
Exactly. We're going to approach these sources almost like historical accounts. Maybe even technical docs.
Technical docs. Okay.
Yeah, like what if these quote-unquote gods weren't divine? What if they were just incredibly advanced extraterrestrials?
And their tech was just misunderstood by early humans.
Precisely. It kind of challenges the whole idea of myth, doesn't it?
It really does. So, okay, let's strip away the divine part for a moment. If these Anunnaki were real flesh and blood beings, what do the sources actually say they looked like? And what about their gear?
Well, the art is pretty consistent. It shows them as humanoid, but huge, like 7, maybe 8 feet tall, and really built, dense musculature, definitely not wispy spirits.
Okay, solid beings.
But the really interesting bit is their regalia. You know that horned helmet you see everywhere in the art?
Yeah, very iconic.
If you stop seeing it as just a symbol of power and think technologically, maybe it's a multifunction neuro interface and a power unit.
Whoa, okay. Like a high-tech helmet with antenna for communication or even mind control.
Could be. Controlling systems with thought, maybe.
Right.
It shifts it from just, reverence to actual function.
And what about those things described like tassels or necklace counterweight?
Exactly. The descriptions could suggest literal power cables running to that helmet unit.
Huh. And the beards? They always have these incredibly elaborate styled beards.
Right. Looks like, I don't know, peak fashion for them.
Yeah.
What if it wasn't fashion? What if it was biological equipment?
Biological equipment. Like part of them or something they wore.
Could be. Think about it. This super ornate beard, maybe it's a really sophisticated biofilter.
A filter. For what?
Protecting them from Earth's environment, perhaps. Pathogens, pollutants, things their biology wasn't used to.
That's unexpected.
And those gold threads or ribbons you sometimes see woven in?
Decoration, I always assumed.
Maybe not. The texts are weirdly specific. What if they were like microfilaments, data conduits, or even sensors?
So the beard is tech too. Environmental analysis, maybe?
Possibly. Feeding data back to the wearer. It's a very different way to look at it.
Okay, so we have physical beings, advanced gear. What about Milum?
That terrifying splendor or radiance they supposedly had.
Yeah.
The texts say it caused a creeping of the flesh, a tingling.
Ah, yes, Milum. And that physical sensation, the nai, as the Sumerians called it, that's key.
Why key?
Because it points away from just symbolism. It suggests Milum was a real, perceptible energy field.
Generated by what? Their tech. Probably by their personal power source, yeah. Causing a genuine physiological effect. Like standing too close to, powerful machinery.
Yeah.
Or strong electromagnetic fields.
So not magic, but physics they understood and we didn't.
Exactly. Physics that felt like divine power to early humans.
Okay, so we're seeing them as physical, technologically advanced beings. But they weren't just individuals, right? The sources talk about structure, a hierarchy.
Absolutely. The assembly of the gods.
How does that look through this tech lens? Not a pantheon, but...
Well, it looks strikingly like a corporate structure. Or maybe military command.
How so?
Think of An. He's usually depicted as the distant ultimate authority, like a CEO maybe. Rarely gets his hands dirty.
Okay. And Enlil?
Enlil seems like the boots on the ground guy, the operations manager, running the Earth show day to day.
Makes sense. And Enki? He's always involved in making things.
Right. Enki is the chief scientist, the head of R&D, handling all the complex engineering, the biological projects.
Like creating humanity.
Yeah, precisely. Which brings us to maybe the most provocative part, the creation myths.
Mixing clay with the flesh and blood of a sacrificed god.
Yeah.
Make a primitive worker.
Yeah. Now read that literally. What if clay isn't just mud? What if it's, say, Homo erectus DNA, the local material?
And the blood of the god.
Their own Anunnaki DNA. What if they literally performed a genetic engineering project?
To create us, Homo sapiens.
As a hybrid species, a slave race, essentially, designed for a purpose.
Which was?
Mining gold, according to the texts. That seems to be the primary driver.
Wow. Okay. And the Great Flood. Not divine anger.
Well, through this lens, maybe it's something else.
Yeah.
A large-scale industrial accident. A terraforming project gone wrong.
And the Anunnaki leadership. Just let it happen to humans.
The text suggests they knew it was coming and chose not to save humanity. It points to a very pragmatic, resource-focused agenda. Not much benevolence there.
So wrapping this up, the idea that our oldest myths or creation stories might actually be records, veiled accounts of alien contact, advanced tech, genetic engineering, it really changes how you look at history, at ourselves.
It absolutely does. It forces you to ask, well, if our origins are tied to something so practical, so resource-driven, what does that really mean for humanity's place, in the bigger cosmic picture?
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder, what other myths out there might just be misunderstood technology, hiding in plain sight?
Definitely something for you to think about.